Good morning, guys. It's May the 26th. I'm Henry Green from London Trading Group, and once again I'm going to run through what we're looking for in the markets for today. So euro dollar, for the first time we managed to break through this custom moving average, so this for me now is potentially the start of the turn in euro. On the day we've ran down to the we've ran nicely into the retracement zone, and we're actually down at the 118, having not hit the 38. So I do expect to pull back at least to 112.75 on the day. Whether now's the time is a different matter, but certainly we have broken this trend line. So what often happens, you get this first push up and then it may go deeper before rallying, so just be wary of that. However, if we do start to do the fibs up, because we've had the first two signs that this market's turning around, so two things I like to use: the moving averages are starting to turn over. As you can see, the trend line's broken as well, so all we need now is the fib A to be taken out for an official trend line break and an official reversal in this market. So if we just put the new fib in, let's see where we are. I imagine we're somewhere near the D, to be fair. So yeah, right, so we've just hit the D, so we expect to pull back now anyway in this euro move, and then the second one normally overshoots. So I think if you manage to get that pullback, be looking for buys in and around the moving averages. Often what happens when they cross, they want to break through and then pull back into them, and therefore that will give you a good buying opportunity. But certainly off yesterday's holding bar, good level of support down at 111.30. I wanted that level to be hit really, and it did, and it was. So we're at the 127 as well, and I think this does look like it's an overshoot move, and I think a pullback at least of sort of 112.40 is necessary. So any good price you can get if it manages to pull back into these moving averages is a good one, and that's what I'll be looking for today in the euro. Cable again rallied yesterday, so we've had this move nicely up in cable once more. Interestingly, now we did close below the 200 though. On the day, and also this is kind of the highs that we were at before the referendum kind of got picked up steam and the risk was put on cable. So I do believe now potentially we've found a bit of a top, and although I'm not willing to sell this, I'm going to be a bit more cautious when playing long. So I think you may get a first move up, maybe up towards 148. My next level of resistance is up at 148, and 148.70 is the next one. So if we do get a fast move, that will be a nice one up to 148. Other than that, be looking again once more for that pullback down into these zones. Again, this market's been holding nicely on the 21 when it trends, and then when it breaks this, you then get that pullback. So what I'm going to look for is exactly what's happened before. Is I'm going to look for that 21 to hold. If it does hold, I'll be buying it, and then we're going to wait for it to break before we look for the pullback for then to get in back again long. So that's my idea in cable. I think you probably do have that quick move up if you pull back to 21 and hold, and as I said, 148 is my first target. Dollar yen is just a really choppy sideways market at the moment. There's nothing really to take from this one. We broke through the trend line. We've not really fancied it, and we've kind of stayed between 110.20 and 109.40. So this one is just a range-bound market at the moment. We just broke back into it, and we are just going sideways. So we're taking A's and B's out all over the place. It's pointless having the fibs in when the market is like this, because they just do serve absolutely no purpose whatsoever. So we just get rid of them. And all we're looking for at the moment is this dollar yen in this range. So if we just range it up, so you'll see, guys, that there was a bit of a break overnight, but that was just weakness in the dollar. I don't know what really caused that. Maybe it was the G7 meetings or something like this, but certainly there was significant there was significant strength in the dollar overnight. Dollar CAD, well, the commodities just really got sold off. Kiwi was sold off. Aussie rallied. Dollar CAD came off as well. So yes, something happened overnight. I'm not really that interested in it, but anyway, we'll focus on the technicals. So if we just look at this one, if we just put the slow stochastic in, see what happens, see if we can find any good levels. Well, that worked at the bottom side of the range, so again, and that worked nicely at the top side. So again, I like to use this when we are in a sideways market, but they're only of use once they're at the extremities of the range. So that's what I'm going to be looking for, down towards 109.20. Or up towards 110.50 as my zones to be getting short of this. We are still holding on that 50 moving average, so potentially the short side does get my favoured direction for today. Dollar CAD is another interesting one. So if we don't go on the 15, that line's irrelevant. So if we go on the 15, as you can see, this trend line has broken now. What was yesterday's bar? Yeah, really nice selling day yesterday. So we managed to get up to the 127. We did fail. The 200 was a really good protector up there. We've broken the trend line. I haven't yet taken the A out, but we have managed to. We are on the third fib down now, so we've just hit the D. The EMAs are turning, and what I do like about this one is the pullback leads into the EMA. So I think that if you manage to get a pullback into here, one of these moving averages that was holding nicely on the way up. So what I'm going to look for is one that's worked really nicely. So that's the inner white one. So one of these to kind of get touched, and then I think you then do sell off once more. Combine that with a good level of resistance, and I think you've got a really good initial zones to be selling this. Aussie again's broken. that trend line that we talked about. We like this, but the thing is that the 127 has broken, so it's just a case of how much weight you want to give that on the daily chart. So my 127 is broken without any sort of pullback. So this for me is a fast move down, but just be wary of that 8 EMA. So that comes in at 72.30. So if it first go through 72.30, then I think we probably have another push lower again. So it's done this every time. You've had this first push up and then it's sold off. So do be wary of that. I'm going to be looking for potentially the short side if it breaks again. Other than that, a pull back into where's this 72.90 makes a bit of sense as well. So I think that could be a good level to pull back into 72.90 should we get there. And our first high low through the highs, I'll be probably looking to buy Aussie or sell it if it goes through the lows. But you can build a good picture for either side. Okay, Kiwi finally reached that 60 that D at 66.90 that I was hoping it to hit. So if we just have a look at this chart. So we did finally reach the D. Just get rid of these fibs, not needed, and just clutter the chart up. Okay, so we finally hit the D. This has been a really choppy move down, but finally we did get there. And now a pullback is overdue. So we did make a new low. So again, this trend line can be moved. And this one just looks like it wants to continue on lower for me. The rejection off the lows is present, and if we do close back above 67.30, then I think this does probably push higher. I think enough's enough if it does close above 67.30, and then you do get that deep pullback. But other than that, I think 66.30 is a good target. Leads down towards the D, so I think I think somewhere in this zone gets hit pretty quickly, especially if you manage to get a pullback in towards 67.50. Then I think 66 zone is hit pretty quickly. But yeah, I don't think there's anything particularly clear in the markets at the moment. Things are starting to break. Hopefully we've had a move in the dollar index. If I just quickly show you that, so I've been waiting for this level to break. We still haven't managed to break this, so I've just been waiting for it. I've got it on a live feed at 95.11, so we're still not through here. So as you can see, we didn't quite run up, but I was either hoping it get there or gets here and starts to turn, because then you've either got to move up there, or if you were here, then you've got to move back to 38. And so we've done neither, and that's why it's been so choppy. But we finally broke down last night, and I do expect this now to get maybe to have a go at this 200 and then rally, or we do see the reversal. So the EMAs are starting to turn as well, and this could start to be following its longer term direction of down, which is what we believe it to be. So then we could see dollar weakness across the board, which lines up nicely with a cable continuation rally, euro rally, and all the other bits that we've been potentially thinking. Okay guys, I hope that's been useful. Please leave any comments in the box below. Always your comments are always welcome. I'll be back tomorrow with another market update. Click subscribe to never miss a video again, and happy trading for today. Thanks very much for listening.